Love to Hate, the podcast that asks the question, what do you love to hate?
You are a smelly pirate hooker.
And I hate your ass face!
Do you love it?
No!
Do you hate it?
Oh, yeah. Yes! You stupid, ignorant son of a bitch, dumb bastard! I toss in your general direction!
No more foreplay.
Hey kids, after an extended absence, it's time for another edition of Love to Hate. I'm Philip Fullman.
1 year. 1 year.
1 entire year. Actually, a little over a year.
A little over a year, yeah. 2 months over a year. Something like that.
There you
No,
go.
a month and a couple of days. This is Brandon Luna, by the way.
I was going to say, everybody's forgotten. So.
Yeah, exactly. It's been a while. And
How you been?
I've been great. How about yourself? I haven't
I've
seen
been good.
you.
I
You
know.
have
It's
hair
been
now?
forever. I have hair.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
what I've been doing over the last year is growing the hair.
So did you just blow on your thumb and popped out or something, or how'd that work for you?
Chia hair.
Yeah.
That's,
Kind of
yeah,
thing.
that's exactly what it was. No, I quit shaving it for a couple of days because I was lazy. I'm like, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
But now I feel like I look bald.
No, you look fine. I mean, you
Because
actually have hair.
it's got this spot here, and that's all I see is I go to the spot where there's nothing.
Right. That's on
So,
you though, man. That's just
yeah, that's
you
true.
feeling like that's the way it is. But
Yeah.
you do have a full head of hair.
Thank
if
you.
I let mine grow in, and I do occasionally get it a little bit, like it is now, where it's a little fuzzy, but it looks like it's bad. Looks like I went through chemo, and I'm starting to grow it back. It's just awful. So yeah,
People
it's weird,
walking up
patchy.
going, so sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we get you a quilt or a bumper sticker?
Oh, you didn't lose all the weight, huh?
Kind
That's interesting.
So the road life's been good, huh? Eating a couple of good meals?
Yeah. I think a year and 20 pounds on me here.
That's not bad. 20 pounds?
Yeah, 20 pounds. I got it, man. I gotta lose weight.
I lost the pool.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
did you?
I had you at the over.
I'm close, man. I'm 285. I'm 15 pounds away from 300. That's bad.
Well, you're on the road all the time, man.
I know,
you're
but
eating
that's
that
no
hotel
excuse.
food.
I could easily get up and go work out because most hotels have at least a treadmill that works or a Mexican that can chase you if you're trying to do something you're not supposed to do in the parking lot. But it's my own fault. I just need to do it.
Well,
so.
you're exhausted at the end of the day because you're sitting in cigar shops having to talk to chuckleheads.
Right. Yeah.
I mean,
and instead of working out, I go to the movies and see all the remakes that they're showing. That they're making all these remakes now.
Now, please tell me you're not paying money for the remakes, but you're just seeing them in the trailers.
No. I have the little Cinemark thing where it's like
gotcha.
So it's like $8.99 and you get like one free ticket a month. So the
Yeah.
one free ticket a month I'll use on something I wouldn't go see.
Well, that makes sense.
And then I'll go do if I want to go other movies, then I can use it.
And then you thought, man, if only there was an outlet for me to vent my opinions.
I know
on these movies.
It'd be great if there was an outlet. I don't know.
If only there was something.
Like Love to Hate?
Like Love to Hate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we've talked about remakes before. I think we talked about
Reboots.
sequels.
We talked about, they're
Yeah.
rebooting shows and stuff and sequels, yeah. But
They
we've never
are.
really
And-
covered
and-
remakes.
So I got to tell you, again, we're about the same age.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this, if who I write to,
Your
what kind of
congressman.
congressman,
Yeah, congressman.
social media protest.
Right.
But somebody got it in their mind that they should remake Magnum PI.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that's like somebody going, hey, we're going to cover the Beatles, we're going to cover Zeppelin. It's like, no. It was done once, and it was done right, and it was done well, and you're just going to embarrass yourself.
Right.
And it's an insult. What the hell? Who remakes Magnum?
I don't know, man.
With a short little Latin dude. Come on.
I'm glad that one of my Latin brothers is getting work, but
That's great.
it's the kid from Hostel. I mean, come on, does the guy really need to be Magnum PI?
seriously?
Yeah, he was like the lead. He was the guy that got his eye ripped out at the end of Hostel, and he's the guy that survived.
He
or
can't
whatever.
even grow a stash.
I know.
He's
it's
got like a
awful.
shitty Van Dyke going
It's
on that doesn't even
awful.
want to come in.
Yeah. I don't know, man. And they got Higgins is a chick, so there's going to be sexual tension there.
Well, not only that, but it's like, okay.
I mean, there was a level in the original of sexual tension between Magnum and Higgins, but this is going to be off the
I
charts.
thought it was Rick and TC.
Right? Yeah.
Well, and I think what they're doing is, going back because I've been binging the original.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What's it on?
Stars.
Oh, okay.
And so if you have it on the Amazon app, you can sit there and just binge it. And I had
Nice.
forgotten exactly how good the writing was and
Right.
how dark some of those episodes got.
Yeah, they went pretty dark with some of those episodes.
They
had the whole
did.
Vietnam thing and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it took it seriously and it treated it as a serious subject. They do the one-off, the episode with Carol Burnett, but it was really well done. And I had forgotten just the level of writing that they put into it and the backstory. But now the preview starts with him jumping from outer space.
Wait,
like
what?
the Red Bull guy. Yeah.
No.
That's how it starts.
Oh, my God.
And then they're laughing because apparently that's what Robin Masters wrote about him. Like he's now the subject of the Robin Masters novels.
Oh, jeez.
And there's one scene, he jumps out of the Ferrari. They slow it down. The Ferrari's spinning. He jumps from the Ferrari onto the hood of the truck. And it's all in slow-mo. But it used to be, I hate to say damsel in distress, but it's kind of that standard PI platform of, okay, woman comes to detective, she has an issue.
Right.
And then they fall in love or they have a fling or she oogles him because, well, hell, he's Tom Selleck.
Right.
But in this one now, it's Higgins she used to be MI6. She's a tough chick. She knows karate, all of that. So it's almost that, well, now we've got to show the women in a different light. They can't be coming to him.
Right, of course.
Is helpless.
They can't be damsels in distress like they used to be back in the
Right. Now it's
80s.
she's got to be strong and whatnot, which, whatever. I have no issue with stories about strong women. I loved Wonder Woman, but she was written as a strong character.
Right.
So it all goes back to you're just changing characters to appease people instead of actually showing some creativity in writing that character.
Well, we had this problem before, right? I mean, what was the latest remake that actually did very well, but was nothing like the original in essence? It was what, Hawaii Five-0? I mean, that became basically Miami Vice for our generation instead of Hawaii Five-0, which is what it was supposed to be,
Right.
So, yeah, it was just all style and substance, or all style and no substance, and lots of explosions.
Yeah, because the original had a story. Mm-hmm. You didn't have all the explosions and the action scenes. It was more of a drama.
Right.
But now, if people have to sit there and watch that, they're like, oh, that's boring. There's nothing going on. It's like, it's telling a story.
Right.
But we don't have the attention span for that.
Oddly enough, though, I think, and this is probably a subject for a different time, but I think there's certain people that are taking the time to do stories, and I think it's it's really on Netflix and HBO. I mean, those guys, and to a degree, Amazon, they put out some really good shows where they can take a story and stretch it over 10, 12 episodes, and there's a long, like a long burn to stuff. It doesn't have to be just like every
Fair.
episode has a, you know what I mean?
And maybe it's because they're not trying to appease advertisers.
Maybe.
And because it's they're not trying to hit a specific demographic. I mean, obviously it'll appeal to a certain demographic, but they don't have to reach them as an advertiser.
Right.
Started watching Jack Ryan. It just came out yesterday.
Right.
But made it all over halfway through. And I could see that because there's moments where they tell the story, they set it up, and it's not all just explosions.
Right. And I mean, they do that to an extent on like AMC shows and stuff where they have what they call bottle episodes.
Right.
Breaking Bad had a lot of bottle episodes.
True.
Walking Dead had bottle episodes where it's just like one character in one situation that doesn't really push the story any direction, but it's just about that character. And they still do that, but you never see that on NBC or ABC shows. It's always on.
Why do you think that is?
I think it goes back to the writing. It goes back to being invested in the characters because they're writing good characters. I mean, you can't deny that Breaking Bad had some really good characters in it. And
absolutely.
Great writing.
Yeah.
You can't deny the same thing for the first couple seasons of Walking Dead before it went south.
Apparently, it's gone off the rails.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad when Fear the Walking Dead is a better show than Walking Dead, which was the sequel show, their prequel show that was supposed to be great and ended up sucking, but now it's actually a little bit better than Walking Dead. But I think they take the time with those characters to draw it out for you to get to know them for when and if they do die, it means something rather than and again, you're going back to ABC, NBC, Fox, those guys, they're still producing shows that I think have to have something at the commercial break. So if you watch those shows without commercials and you're binge watching them, you will notice that right before you can tell when a commercial's coming because something's about to happen and someone's going to die, and then they come back and they resolve it. Like there's something every 20
It's
minutes.
like the old serials where it's like you leave one Saturday afternoon. It's like the car went over the cliff, and then you come back the next Saturday and he jumped out
and he's holding on to the side of the mountain. And
right.
The dog saved him. Yeah, that kind of crap. So but that's how television shows are.
I wonder if it's the clock on cable then.
Maybe
I've never looked to see when the break comes, But I wonder if it's because they're on a different clock. They don't have to write to the
break,
to the break or to the commercial.
Right.
But
because
I don't.
Have you watched 24 lately?
I just like a couple of years ago,
Yeah.
or no, a year ago, binge watched all of it.
It's exhausting because every time there's a commercial break, something's happening and someone's going to die or someone's going to get caught or someone's going to turn the corner and shoot Jack, and it's like
you got to watch it on
minutes.
disc or online. Otherwise, it's just like, oh my god.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. They did a good job of building that tension.
And they always had the built-in time. That always annoyed me. Like, I guess that's when they went to the restroom because he had that 3-minute break between when they went to commercial and came back.
And then they
it's
come
like,
back.
Yeah,
what happened during that time?
I know, right? He's still standing
that
there
was the
waiting to
joke.
die.
It's like Jack never went to the bathroom.
Yeah.
No, that was and one of the writers for Jack Ryan is one of the writers was one of the writers on 24.
Oh, nice.
So there's a little bit of that where you can see kind of the way they build the tension.
Mm-hmm.
There's one subplot on there that I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I just don't get it. I'm hoping it pays off, but as of right now, to me, it's a waste of screen time.
Oh, that sucks.
It's just such a bad side story. I'm like, okay, something better come of this.
That's like the whole side story with Al Pacino's daughter in Heat, which I thought did not need to be in that movie. Like that just sucked 45 minutes out of that movie. It didn't need to be there at all.
No, it's just padding.
Right. It's just, how can we get Natalie Portman in this movie? Oh, we'll make her his daughter. Okay, fine.
Right.
Make her a troubled kid, and you have to deal with it and show that he's a human character. Like, too much time on that. We need more gunfights and stuff and banks getting robbed.
Yeah, and that was arguably one of his last good roles.
Who, Al Pacino's?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
That was the best scene between him and De Niro because that righteous kill or whatever that they did, it was just both of them phoning it in.
Right, yeah.
So
what you've noticed is De Niro's gone on to do comedy and stuff, but you really don't see Al Pacino doing comedy. When was the last time you saw Al Pacino do comedy?
I can't even think of one. Any Given Sunday?
Yeah, but that wasn't intentional.
Everything.
He did,
intentional comedy. Yeah, my mistake. I don't know. Pretty much anything he does now to me.
Anything he did after Hoo-ah, whatever that, like he just became that character for like every other movie he ever.
The drinking and the fucking and the drug. I mean, everything to me is. I don't know if it was Scarface where he quit acting or if it was Scent of a Woman, but it was one of those two where it's like.
I think it was Scent of a Woman.
I can just yell and people give me a paycheck.
Right. Yeah, Scarface too, to a degree. Okay, now we're gonna happen. I'm gonna have to shoot you now. Yeah, it's just like he yelled everything in that. But he yells. Scent of a Woman was the biggest yelling movie he's ever done, I think. But everything after that, he just hasn't.
Wasn't Chris O'Donnell in that, or whatever his name is, the guy who's on?
Yeah. He's
NCIS something or the other.
Yeah, the one with the.
And he was Clooney's Batman.
Yes, Robin.
Yeah,
He was
Clooney's Robin.
Yep,
that's what it.
He was Val Kilmer's Robin too, though. So he had two different Batmans.
That's true.
Yep,
that's true. Val Kilmer. Speaking of remakes or reboots. Maverick.
Top Gun. Yeah, Top Gun Maverick.
Are you a little excited about that one?
We just watched Top Gun yesterday because Sydney had never seen it, our oldest daughter, and it's an awful, awful, awful movie. And I'm kind of ashamed to have it on Blu-ray, but but I will say that it came in.
What's worse is that you've got it signed.
Right,
that's really where
that's
it's
really and it's signed by Anthony Edwards, so nobody cares about that guy. No, I got the little box set that had like
Dr.
Top Gun.
Green signed it. That's
Dr.
awesome.
Green signed it. I got a piece of his hair and taped it to it. No, but
he wants that back.
Right, he only has a few. But no, so it comes in a set. It has Collateral and Minority Report and War of the World, and
Okay.
So it's not a bad set. It also has Top Gun, Top Gun and Days of Thunder, which are basically the same movie, but transplant cars for planes. Exactly the same movie. And I think we've discussed it. He literally has the same plot in 3 movies in a row that he did.
What's the third?
Top Gun, best pilot, friend gets killed, can't fly anymore, and then comes out of retirement to make things happen.
Right.
Days of Thunder, best driver. Michael Rooker was his nemesis,
killed.
but they become friends. He gets killed, can't drive anymore. Cocktail, I'm the best bartender. I become friends with Brian. What's his name?
So, the
guy from Australia. He commits suicide, can't do the cocktail thing anymore, and then comes back and wins the contest at the end. Like all 3 of those movies are like the same exact freaking movie.
Well, but even so, he's always the best.
Yeah, he's always the
I'm
best.
the best sports agent.
Right.
The best spy. Best whatever.
But I will admit that I do like Mission Impossible movies, so I can't really.
You know what? I haven't watched one since the first.
Dude, they are good now.
You know
the
what?
last one is
no,
fantastic.
you know what? You made Jim Phelps the bad guy in the first one. you're dead to me.
I get that.
Jim Phelps was not the bad guy.
I know.
But that's all I'm saying. They could have made Tom Cruise Jim Phelps.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the Scientology guy, just working his influence over Tom or what that was, but no.
Yeah. Didn't do it for you. That was the clincher, huh?
It really was, because it was like, well, now you just crapped on the whole franchise.
You know what? A remake that I saw recently that I finally saw it, and of course I saw it on a plane of all places. The one with Cavill and Armie Hammer.
Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Man from U.N.C.L.E.
And you and I had just talked about
yeah.
that. When you called me, I had just gone out. You can't stream it. You can't rent it. You can't do anything. You got to go buy the disc, and I did. Mm-hmm. And I had a couple of friends over because I've been talking it up, and everybody agreed. It's like, this is really solid.
Yeah.
But Guy Ritchie movie, but a plot to go, or a story to go with the plot. Yeah. Good dialogue. I wish they would have done more of those.
I did too. I thought it was great, and it was a wrong time.
There weren't enough explosions.
Right.
You've got to see somebody hanging from a building, and superhero movies, fine. I get it. It's you have impossible powers, this and that. But in spy movies, when it gets to the impossible stunt or whatever, it's kind of like, you're kind of taking me out of this because it's losing the realism.
So is that why you don't like Bond movies, or are you okay with Bond movies because they did it first, or what?
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't him jumping from, 30 stories and then somehow landing in a garbage can. He's okay or anything like that.
He did jump from a crumbling building in the last one. In the beginning sequence.
Oh, in Skyfall.
Yeah.
And you and I both talked about Skyfall, and that was kind of weak.
Right.
Well, in our biggest scene, the one you and I both pointed out, was him sitting in the apartment, curtains open, by the window with his back to it. It's like, come on.
No.
But the rumor is this is his last one.
That's what they're saying, yeah.
And they're looking at Idris Elba.
Yep, which I'm okay with. I think he's a great actor.
I think he could pull it off.
Mm-hmm. Which there's a comedian that talks about that, though, like if they ever cast him, like he'd be he wouldn't be able to be Bond because anytime he'd be anywhere, like this, big highfalutin event or whatever, this big ball or this big casino, it'd be like, oh, Bond's here. Like, who is he? Well, normally he's that white guy. You have to figure him out. But, it's that one black guy there. That's the only way. Because there's never any black people in Bond movies.
He doesn't blend in now.
Right. Unless they're a bad guy. You had the guy in, Live and Let Die or whatever. So,
what, Cavill could make a good Bond.
I've said that too. Yeah, Cavill I thought would be a good Bond. I even thought back in the day before he got to where he's not doing anything now, but I thought Gerard Butler would have been a pretty good Bond as well.
Yeah,
I think he's gotten a little too old.
So in the year that we have not recorded, we didn't touch on Justice League.
No, we did not. Wow.
The flaming turd that was.
We might have to do an episode on that.
I think we should. I think we should mark that on your calendar.
Okay.
But yeah, he was. That was just all over the map. But
yeah, exactly.
In other news, Affleck's back in rehab.
Yeah, so he lost Batman. Did you hear about that?
The nerd sites I read, it's like he's in one day, he's out the other. So I don't know.
Right.
I just know he looked fat in Batman.
He did, yeah. In Justice League, yeah.
Yeah, he slept through the whole movie. But no, so now he's out of the new movie, apparently.
Right. Yeah, they're saying he's that was part of his clause was not he couldn't go into rehab or he'd lose the role. So I don't know. We'll see. Well, who knows?
Apparently, but he could go to the drive-thru at Burger King.
Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know, man. But yeah, there's a ton of remakes. I mean, remakes are all over the place right now, and Hollywood's got it in their head that we want to see them. I don't know why.
Now, do you feel differently about
like television
Will
versus
and
movies,
Grace, Murphy Brown? They're not remakes, but they're bringing back the original cast.
Yeah.
What used to be like the Gilligan's Island reunion movie.
Right.
Now they're bringing them back to try to show, hey, here's what happened
in the interim.
Do you feel like that's better?
Well, they got the Star Trek thing too. They got Picard, the new Picard show.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you? I just know he's coming back. I know it's going to be on the CBS app, which hacks me off.
Right.
But and maybe we should talk about apps at some point.
We'll talk about that. Yeah. Cutting the cord and what's out there. Yeah, that'll be a good one.
But is it tied into the new? What is the new one? Discovery. Because I saw Discovery's bringing on Captain Pike, which I thought, okay, kind of cool.
Right. I don't know, man. I honestly don't know. I heard someone say that it's like they're going to delve into his fanaticism with archaeology, and it'll turn into like an old man Raiders of the Lost Ark type thing.
Like Sean Connery in Last Crusade?
Right. Where Ferengis are like following him all over the galaxy trying to make sure he doesn't steal stuff. I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe Jonathan Frakes will get a job.
Maybe, yeah. He'll direct, I'm sure. He does a lot of directing still.
He does direct a lot of shows now. That's kind of like
his thing.
What
now.
he does.
Yeah, that's where he's making his money.
Because most of them just go to Comic-Cons.
Right.
But do you think those are better? Are not as because they're not as derivative, or?
Yeah, I think they have the potential to be better, but it's pretty hard to capture that magic unless you're getting the same writing staff, the same everybody. You're going to have to do something to capture that. Like, I think Murphy Brown was lightning in a bottle. I really liked that show, and it's one of the few shows I thought didn't get super bad by the end. I still really liked how the cast worked together and the whole dynamic there. I don't know if they can capture that again. I mean, that's been a long time, man. Unless those cats probably are all still pretty close and maybe have that same kind of repertoire, but who knows,
apparently Roseanne was doing well till she opened her mouth.
Right. That's true. That's true.
And I never watched Roseanne.
I don't think we're going to see a Bill Cosby reboot. We're gonna see
a probably not.
Cosby reboot. I don't think that's going to happen. Especially
they could call one of the Cosby kids and just they could sit there as they're talking to their counselor.
Yeah, since one of them was working at like a donut shop or something. Now I saw an article about that. Someone caught him working at a convenience store or something. Yeah.
Oh, the one who played Theo?
I don't know which one it was.
He went on, Malcolm Jamal Warner. He went on to do other stuff.
Oh no, it was the husband of Lisa Bonet, that real square nerdy guy.
Oh yeah.
That guy.
Okay. Does she still have a career?
Working at Trader Joe. That's what it was. I saw the article today. Someone caught him working at Trader Joe.
Tempest. One of them went on to be a Disney person.
Yep. Yeah, she does a lot of voice works and stuff like that. And,
there you go.
Yeah.
I mean, people have done all right. Well, Felicia Rashad she was in Creed.
She was.
She played Apollo's widow. And
so why aren't they calling the new one Drago? Why is it Creed 2 Electric Boogaloo? It should be Drago.
Because Creed... I'm not following. Because Creed, you're saying...
Well, he's fighting the son of Drago in the new one.
Right.
Yeah.
So
they should have had Stallone get mad at Creed and like not be friends with him, and then go train Drago, and then in essence he's fighting himself because he trained them both. Ooh,
all right, I got you.
But I don't know. I'm just saying.
No, I thought you were saying because Creed was the villain, then you go with the villain name.
Right. Yeah.
But I will say this: Creed was the best Rocky movie since the original Rocky.
I think that's a pretty fair assessment. As far as just I'll say it's the best Rocky film since Rocky, because I think movie, there's a difference between a film and a movie. I think a movie's like popcorn thing, So once you got, I think 2 tried to be Rocky 1, but it failed kind of miserably.
Yeah, and
then 3 became summer blockbuster movie where it's all about.
But it still had some story and heart. 4 was
straight up. Popcorn
yeah,
movie.
I mean, it was the edits in it, the music. It was very much 80s.
Well, it was in the time of Bruckheimer and Simpson. So it was that, flash cut, real fast action. Got to have songs in it. Got to have a montage and, keep people entertained. A lot of action.
Need a montage.
Yeah.
Just watched Team America again last week.
Movie.
I love Team America.
Yeah. But yeah, 5 was
just
awful.
Yeah, he apologizes for that when he's like that was horrible.
Rocky Balboa,
I thought Rocky Balboa
was
good.
It was good.
Again, it had story.
I didn't like the fight scenes the way they edited him because it was all close cuts and you couldn't see what was happening. I hated that. But other than that, I thought it was a good movie. And then Creed was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had read a review, I think New York Times, and the reviewer said, when you as a critic go into a theater, you go in with objectivity. You're supposed to go in with objectivity. And he said he was in a critic's showing of Creed, and he said, but man, as soon as that last fight scene and you hear the bell and the music starts, he said all of us started cheering.
Right.
And he's like, it's just, you hear it and you're like, oh, here it comes.
Right.
And you get goosebumps on it. It's like, yeah, that's a Rocky movie.
Yeah, totally.
You just kind of like, you love him because of the heart.
Exactly, yeah. And they have to have that, and that's what was missing in 4 and 5. And,
3 a little bit because Mickey died.
Right.
But
they started killing people left and right. So Mickey died, and then Creed died, and then Polly died.
But Adrian died before, and then Paulie died.
Oh, okay.
So now he's
alone,
and now Rocky's dying.
Right.
So,
but you got the cancer, right?
You got the guns.
Yeah. He still has hair, though. Oh. You never lost it.
He's just hating on him.
Right?
Man, they showed a picture because he's doing another Rambo.
Of course,
Well,
yeah, of course.
But they showed some picture of him. He's 72 and he's in the gym working out with the sledgehammer on the tire thing. I'm like, man, those are some good steroids.
They are. They got to be. They got to be, yeah.
The dude's ripped.
He's never looked bad, though. Like, as long as he's been doing this, you never saw, except for when he did it for the role, when he did Copland, he gained some weight for Copland, but that was for that film. And then after that, he's back to svelte and,
he's jacked.
Not like Arnold. Arnold got fat for a while there. Like, he looked like an old man, and now he's
he is an old man. Yeah.
I know, but I mean, he looked like...
Yeah, because isn't he doing another
Arnold
Terminator
dad
movie
body.
or something?
Yeah. I mean, he totally did. And then now he's back to cutting everything, but...
Yeah, because he's going to start trying to act again, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Drago thing, I was like, man, really? We're going to go right from Creed to like Rocky 5 or Rocky 4? Like, man.
As long as he doesn't fight the son of Tommy the Gun or something in the next one, I'm good. They start trying to reach for some shit. The son of, like, what was the Hulk Hogan's character in 3?
Thunder Lips. The ultimate male.
There you go.
The ultimate male, brother.
They should bring him. They should have him show up in one of the movies. That'd be
great. Try to fight him.
No, not try to fight him. Just to be there, like a watching the fight. Yeah, just to walk on.
He just won a ton of money. He didn't need to.
What do you win a ton of money from?
Some sort of lawsuit against a website. They publish sex video of his or something. Yeah, and so then the website went bankrupt because of the amount of the award.
Oh wow!
So I don't know what it was. It was some gossip website.
Wow.
So, yeah. So
I didn't know that.
The Hulkster doesn't need your prayers anymore, kids.
He's got a shit ton of money. I imagine he had money before, though, unless he really pissed it all away.
because he marketed himself.
Plus, he had that show with his kids or whatever, the Hogan family.
Hogan Knows Best.
Was that what it was? The Hogan family? That's something else altogether.
That was Jason Bateman.
Jason Bateman.
No, that was what Valerie became.
Right.
Or Valerie's family became when Valerie Harper left.
Right. Did she leave or did she die?
They killed her off on the show.
But she just left. Okay.
Yeah, she left. And then she had brain cancer in real life, but she's still alive. So, Rhoda Morgenstern's still alive.
Okay.
And,
but yeah, so that, I mean, talk about a guy who's doing well right now after being obscure for so long. Bateman, yeah. The guy is a great agent. He's been busy. Doing a lot, too.
He and I are about the same age, which depresses me.
The amount of hair that
Did you watch? Yeah. Did you watch the new season of Arrested Development?
No, I did not. Good.
Better than the last one they did, where they took each character separately.
Right.
Much better.
Okay.
So, what else are they remake? I don't know.
Dude, they're remaking so much right now.
AJ, what do you got?
So we've got a giant list. Now these are mostly movies. Started the year off with Death Wish, which was a I thought it was a decent remake.
Bruce
I don't know if you
Willis,
saw
right?
it. Yeah.
No. I haven't seen a lot of Bruce Willis movies lately.
He's been straight to video for a while. I think once actors get a certain age, they just kind of drop off the Hollywood radar and they start doing either small roles that they probably demand too much money for, or they do a lot of direct video. And he's one of those guys. Now, I know 50 Cent is to blame because 50 Cent has started a production company and he makes movies now with his heroes. So he's hiring all these Bruce Willis's and Robert De Niro's and Al Pacino's to make these like direct-to-video movies. Yeah, and 9 times out of 10 they're completely horrible. And Curtis Jackson, Mr. 50, has like a little small role where he kind of mumbles through something and you can't understand what the fuck he's saying. But I've gotten on this kick where I've been watching really bad B action movies on the road because I think maybe I'm going to find like a diamond in the rough.
Right.
There's really not any, but I saw Escape Plan 2 with Stallone because he was in his first one. No Schwarzenegger. Had Dave Bautista.
Yeah.
Yeah. And some Chinese guy that's the new kung fu guy they're trying to make a thing out of. And then 50 Cent's in there. And seeing Stallone actually try and act against 50 Cent is something that's just really odd because you can see Stallone put an effort, like, I'm trying to show that I have a relationship with this guy, and 50's giving him nothing. So he's just like, yeah, he's like Mash Mouth. I can't understand a fucking thing the guy says. It's awful, but here he has all this money, and he's doing what he wants with it. So, hey, he's making movies, and he's got an IMDb page.
It's like a couple of jackasses getting together and smoking cigars and doing a podcast.
Right, kind of like that. Yeah, kind of like that. But yeah, I thought Death Wish was...
So you think we could get Stallone?
A workable... Probably.
Or at least Bruce Willis.
Right. We'd get one of them if we had 50-cent money.
So Death Wish, and then he did another quasi-remake because he did, Bad Day in Venice or something, which was a John Wick ripoff.
Right.
But the dog lived.
Yeah, that was awful. That movie was awful.
I didn't see that. So what else we got?
Tomb Raider was also... That was a reboot/remake.
Okay.
But I thought that was actually very serviceable.
Never saw either of them, so...
You might watch the new one because a lot better actress. I mean, the actress who's playing... whatever her damn character's name is. What's her character's name? Laura Croft. The actress who's playing Laura Croft has actually already been up for an Oscar, so she's got chops.
Oh, okay.
And there's a very intense moment in the middle of that movie that I never would have expected to see in a movie based on a video game.
Okay.
It's like where she kills her first person, and it's like super intense. And at the end of it, she's like torn up, and I'm like, holy crap, this is in like a PG-13 action movie. It's really...
Okay.
It's really disheartening and kind of disturbing.
Yeah.
But it puts the movie in a different perspective. I thought it was actually really good. I was very impressed with it. I don't think it did that well, so they're probably not going to get a sequel, but who knows? Hollywood's done weirder things than that. They've made sequels to complete garbage. So,
Police Academy?
yeah. How many of those do we get? Like 6?
Yeah,
8?
something.
No, I don't know. Overboard? They remade Overboard.
Yeah.
And Overboard is one of those movies where, like, when you hear the premise, you're like, oh, that movie would never get made today because they're basically kidnapping this woman and forcing her to do all
But
these
it's okay
things.
if you do it to a guy.
To a Latin guy, yeah. Exactly. So that got remade, and I think it did okay. I think it did pretty good at the box office. Christopher Robin's listed, but I wouldn't consider that a remake. It's
no, and everything I've heard about it sounds really good.
Right. And then Scarface is being remade.
What?
With the guy who plays Magnum P.I.
Seriously?
I don't know. I made that up. I have no idea.
Okay, I was going to say. Now that I could see, but again, why does it need to be made?
Right.
Not that Scarface is held up.
It's Diego Luna, so it's the guy from Rogue One.
Oh, no kidding?
He's playing Scarface, yeah.
Wow.
Yep. So there you go. So we got that. We got, what else? Robin Hood. That's the Guy Ritchie joint.
How many Robin Hoods have we had?
I don't know. The last one
they
that
keep
I know
trying.
Of was the...
It was the guy...
the guy from...
the Insider is Russell Crowe.
Yeah, Russell Crowe. There you go. Wow, we haven't done this in a while.
No, we haven't. We're
brains are off.
Thanks for sticking with us as we knock the rust off and scrape the barnacles.
I didn't see that. Did you see that one?
No.
I never did. The last Robin Hood movie I saw, unfortunately, was... I say that
You're
was
gonna
actually
say the one with Costner.
No, I
you?
saw the one that same year that was made. They made two that year.
Yeah, I remember, and one went to Fox.
Right.
Because they were both going to be theatrical, and they Patrick Bergen.
Yeah, Patrick.
Was
Bergen.
that the guy?
Yeah, was actually better than the other one.
Yeah, I believe it,
but still not great. I mean, that's the last one I saw.
Honestly, there's been 2 good Robin Hood films. Mm-hmm. One from Disney,
right,
and
which is great.
And that had Phil Harris as Little John.
Mm-hmm.
And Robin was a fox, and then the Errol Flynn version.
Yeah. Which
Other
is great.
than that, not been done right, and they keep taking a stab at Robin Hood, but it's like they give up on the Lone Ranger. It's like they screw that up, and they don't try another. At some point, somebody's got to get the Lone Ranger right because the last one was so bad.
It was really bad.
That was an insult.
I actually liked Armie Hammer for that role. I thought, oh, okay, this is good. He can do this.
Yeah, but they turned it into a Johnny Depp Pirates movie, and
yeah, it was awful.
By the way, do you have Johnny Depp on your death pool?
Probably, yeah.
Not looking good.
No, he's not.
Man.
He's in that new Harry Potter spinoff thing.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's the main bad guy in that, supposedly. So
it's like he's channeling his inner Hunter S. Thompson or something.
I don't know. He's looking
out
bad
there.
Everything you hear about him too, he's just like off the rails.
Yeah, he's kind of gotten like even weirder.
And it's so weird because when he started his career, he was all about like, oh, I don't want to do big budget Hollywood movies. I just want to do these independent things, and I don't care if I make money or not.
Well, then it's like, well, I want to make a movie for my kids. The fact that they're backing a truck up to my house
doesn't hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the other remake, I'm actually sort of excited about this one. I hate to say it because it makes me sound like I'm not a man, but Stars Born. You got some chops on that. What do you think? Don't give me that look. I've seen the trailer.
I was doing a side glance, so I wouldn't give you that look.
It actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, is it a story that needs to be told again? Probably not. And they're telling it from a weird country rock thing when you got Lady Gaga who could easily do the whole...
Yeah, but she can sing pretty much anything.
Yeah. So, but I think she's got some acting chops, man. I saw her in that season of American Horror Story, and she was really good in that. I think she got a Grammy or Emmy or for it or something.
Does she act better than Bradley Cooper?
Yeah, most people do. I mean, he's good as Rocket, but that's about it.
He doesn't sound... at no point when I hear Rocket do I sound like, oh, that could be Bradley Cooper.
No,
I just don't hear it at all.
It's weird.
But yeah, he is good as a CGI raccoon.
Yeah. Or Rabbit, as Thor called him.
He was hot for like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
What else?
He directs this, so
does he?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's the direction he goes.
Yeah, you never know. And then we've got a Mowgli thing coming out.
A what?
Mowgli.
Oh, Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's another Jungle Book, but this is
live action.
Live action.
Because the last Jungle Book they did was live action.
Yeah, that was the Disney one. This is just a separate thing that.
Look, if it doesn't have bare necessities in it, I'm not going.
It's not going to have bare necessities.
Because that's my jam.
No, it's not going to have that.
All right. Well.
We got a Nutcracker remake that nobody cares about. We got the Grinch. They're remaking that again, apparently.
Aye.
Now, this will be a CGI version, so maybe it'll be a little better than the
Jim
live-action
Carrey.
horrible thing that was the Jim Carrey movie.
Or you could just go with the original cartoon.
Benedict Cumberbatch is going to be the Grinch because he's the voice of everybody now. So he's got that deep, booming voice.
He does have a good voice. He is good as Doctor Strange.
Yep, and he was good as the, Smaug?
Yeah.
So even though those movies sucked, I hated the Hobbit movies. They were awful.
I watched the first one. I don't remember
awful
much
movies.
About it.
Yeah.
But
good way to taint a series. I mean, Lord of the Rings series are great, and then those movies come out.
And I enjoyed it, but still the details are fuzzy. Mm-hmm. So many characters,
right,
for me to keep up with. But very well done. Is somebody not a hardcore fan? There weren't things in there where I'm like, hey, wait a minute. So I was able to sit back and enjoy them.
Right.
Whereas
the same
with
way.
some stuff that I'm just like, hey, you're crossing a line.
Right.
Like with Magnum.
Or like with Marvel. I mean, let's be honest. Those movies aren't even anywhere near the comics anymore. But,
no, they're not. Yeah, Marvel and DC have switched.
Right.
The DC movies, to me, should look like Marvel movies.
Right.
And the Marvel movies should look like DC because Marvel was always the gritty, we have characters with problems, Tony Stark's an alcoholic.
Right.
All that. And DC was the light, hopeful, optimistic. And now they're going for the grim, gritty.
They're just trying to do what the opposite of Marvel's doing because they think that's what they need to do. Let's give our audience something.
Well, and it's not working. I don't know if you saw the Titans trailer for the. They're making a live action. DC's releasing their own streaming service, so they're going to put live action.
I did see that. It looks awful. It looks awful.
And then Robin's line, "Fuck Batman." Like
what? That's so bad.
It's like you're trying so hard. The characters look like crap.
Yeah. All right, so Love to Hate DCU, that's coming.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got a lot to
we
talk
can
about
totally
there.
do that.
Yeah, I think we're about out of time, actually, on this one. So.
Are we?
Yep.
Hey, so that wasn't too bad. Did you? I don't think I pulled any muscles or anything.
No, I didn't either. And I only got a third of a way through this
long-ass
cigar.
We got plenty of cigar
left. It's a big-ass cigar, though.
It is a big.
I don't even know what this is. This is an exclusive.
This is the Ichiban. Ichiban. Actually, there's a. I think that's the Chinese restaurant up the street from me. Actually,
that's the name of the brand of blue lipstick that Matt LeBlanc Matt LeBlanc was advertising in Friends for his Japanese.
Really?
Yeah, Ichiban.
I had no idea. I
never
never
need to
watched
get some
Friends.
blue lipstick and give it to Matt Booth.
I never watched it. But yeah, this is Westside Humidor, Wichita, Kansas.
Right. Exclusive cigar for them, and I think they still have some. So
this is the original Room 101 brand, which very tasty. So thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
For that.
Got a lot of age on it. They've been around for a while.
Nice. Just like you and me.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, kids. So thanks for finding us. Like we said, we know it's been a long time. We're going to try to knock out some more of these and do this more often. So thanks again for listening. If they do want to find us on social media, provided we haven't lost those accounts because we haven't done anything, where would they find us, Brandon?
YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Yeah.
We still got the Facebook.
Yeah, we still got the Facebook.
That's true. We could start doing the gram.
Yep. And we have a 360 camera now, so maybe we'll do some videos.
Oh, sweet. You know what? I'm going to snap a pic while we're doing this, and we can put it on the Facebook or something.
There you go. Sounds good.
That works. All right, kids. So thanks for staying with us, and we'll be back next week with some sort of topic. We'll figure it out here in the meantime.
See you then.
Take care.